Hi everyone, Stuart here. I hope that you're having a great day and that you're coming up to a great weekend. I just want to quickly give you an update on some of the things that are happening across the organisation. As you know, the Victorian Council of Churches Emergencies Ministry has become a company, and as of October the 1st we will be operating as a company in our own right outside of the Victorian Council of Churches. There will be still very strong links with the Victorian Council of Churches, and that partnership and those arrangements will be very, very strong into the future. However, it's important that we become a company so that we can grow and expand and do all of the things that we need to do in order to support the communities that need our help. Some other interesting information is that, as I probably alluded to in the last newsletter, is that we've been working with Victoria Police at the Police Academy. We've been going there and talking to sergeants and senior sergeants about the VCC Emergencies Ministry organisation, what we do, how we do it, and how we can be supporting police members out on particular incidents and scenarios, which is quite exciting. So we're getting some influence in that space. Also, we've been involved in a range of exercises at local government level. Emergency management exercises, relief and recovery exercises, emergency relief centre exercises. Let me implore you that if you haven't responded to an emergency for a while and you feel a little bit out of touch with what happens out there in an emergency, then get involved in an emergency relief exercise. There are plenty coming up before the end of the year, so it's important to hone your skills before we get into the summer season, and I'll talk about the summer season in a minute. In fact, in relation to the summer season, we've been doing a whole lot of training around Emergency Operations Centre volunteers. We had about 10 volunteers undertake SES training a couple of weeks ago at our VCC Emergency Operations Centre, which is quite exciting. Debbie Lapthorne's been training some team leaders ready for fire season so that we've got enough people out there who can supervise our members in those spaces. Our incident activity coordinators are getting a refresher as well. And one of the things that we've been told by government, by Emergency Management Victoria, is that there's a large pool of hot ocean currents in the Pacific Ocean and also the Indian Ocean. And as you know, we're looking down the barrel of El Nino. Well, what we know is that this summer is going to be particularly difficult. It's particularly difficult in heat, particularly difficult in wind, particularly difficult along the fire ground. So there's likelihood that we're going to be required. Backing onto that with the uncertainty about the ocean currents is that we could go from fire to flood very quickly. So please be prepared, be ready. Be available if you can be. We understand your volunteers, but be available if you can be across the state, because this year looks like it's going to be pretty warm. It looks like it's going to be a long, hot summer. I also want to let you know that VCC and Red Cross are about to do a roadshow around the state to our middle management, if you like, our coordinators and regional and area coordinators. So in early October, Angela Sutherland, the state manager for Red Cross, and myself are actually going around the state talking to our respective leaders to talk to them about what VCC and Red Cross are doing together and the great partnership that we have and growing in that partnership. So that's a watch this space. That's an exciting time. And lastly, I want to encourage you, October 28th is the VCC Emergencies Ministry Conference. If you haven't registered, do so now. There's still a couple of, or a month and a bit to go. So if you haven't registered, register now. It's exciting. It's going to be amazing. We've got the Minister for Emergency Management speaking. We've got Mark Crossweller, who's the Director General for Emergency Management Australia, who's a keynote speaker. We've got Craig Ferguson, who is the ex-director of training for CFA, coming to talk about leadership and development in that space. So get along to the conference, 28th of October. Email me if you haven't got a registration form or the Eventbrite ticket. Let me know, because I'd love to see you at conference. And thank you for all the support that you give VCC. Thank you for everything that you do for us. At the time that you give, everything that you do is wonderful. And so I wish you all the best. We hope we don't have a bad summer, but it looks like it's going to be pretty long and hot. And thank you again for your time.